Yeah, boys, I can't believe I actually got some pondy yesterday. That never happens.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's like
sweet.
you had some open water you were dealing with.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. That was there's like this little through Babylon Village near me. It's like a little town. There is this lake. It's called Argyle Lake, and next to it is this little like pond thing that's like where like it's like water runoff. It's really shallow, but that usually freezes every year.
Mhm.
So we just went and checked it out yesterday, and we were like, oh shit, it was still frozen.
Nice. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. All four of us are back, and we've got a little bit of hockey. There's a little bit of hockey happened.
Yeah.
Seems like the Canadian teams are getting back into the swing of things. They had a bunch of games this week.
Habs are doing stuff.
I didn't say a good swing. Just said a swing. Just play.
It was very good for how their year's been going. They got a win and 2 overtime losses. That's a fucking heater this year. What are you talking about?
True.
Anyway,
Is that,
we'll get to that.
Is that 4 points? That's a whole 4
That's
points.
4 points in 3 games. That's like
4 out of 6.
That's anyway.
It's quite a thing. But we're gonna start it off with a good story. We talked about this before when they announced it was going to happen. And I'm glad they waited to do it when there was fans in the arena because that was cool.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm speaking about Willie R.I.P having his number 22 retired by the Boston Bruins. I forget what day it happened this week. Obviously, I didn't watch because I'm not really a Boston fan, but I probably could have hopped on to see it. But he wasn't able to be there, which kind of sucks. But all the fans were there, and they were loud and cheering, and it was nice. But
you love to see it. Feels slightly overdue. I mean, he didn't have the same longevity as Jackie Robinson, but literally the Jackie Robinson of hockey.
Yeah.
But they did it now, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And,
the only reason it didn't, I think, is because hockey's a little bit slower when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Jackie Robinson was a monster.
Yeah.
And Willie O'Ree, while obviously better than all of us, didn't make that big of a splash in the NHL. But cool to see, and so many congratulations to him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we're gonna move away from hockey for this next little bit here. So the NFL playoffs are upon us. And there's been 3 divisional games, and of all that have been completed, one of them's going on right now. And of all 3 divisional games, all of them have been upsets so far, which is kind of
the
crazy.
road team has won. Yeah,
the road team has won every game so far. So it's
pretty
pretty
the whole home team advantage thing isn't
throw that
isn't
shit
working,
out the window.
Yeah.
Hopefully Buffalo can keep the point going because God, I hate the Chiefs. But.
Yeah, right. So right now it's Bills versus Chiefs, obviously in Arrowhead because the Chiefs were, I think, like the 4th seed this year. But yeah, it's weird to see. I don't know why, because football normally is a game where the home, the home field advantage is most prevalent because so much communication happens pre-snap, and the defense gets out there for the home team, and they're getting everybody to get loud, and you can't hear your fucking quarterback from 2 feet away.
Yeah.
It's like, especially like last night in the Packers game, right? You're playing in Lambeau, which is in
that too, yeah,
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And it's super cold and it's snowy.
0 degrees, I think it was.
You're playing against a quarterback that hasn't played a cold weather game ever in his career, except for when he was younger. And it's like you would think that the weather would have a factor, and then because they're used to that. It's the same thing with Buffalo, like last weekend when I mean, I know obviously the Patriots are from like the region, northeastern New England region, but like Buffalo is a whole different beast.
Boston winter isn't quite the same as Buffalo winter.
Buffalo Lake Effect winter.
Not to mention last weekend's game in Buffalo is one of the coldest ever in football history. So
dude. Wait, speaking of that game, I know. So obviously, over that was the summer, right, when we went up to the lake and we saw Cody and Connor.
Yeah.
Condolences to Cody because his Patriots got their shit packed.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry. That's rough. That's rough.
fuck you, Cody.
Yeah, fuck the
that's
Patriots.
okay, dude. Come
Anyway,
on, they've
on to
won
this weekend's games.
6. They've won 6 in the past like 20
Yeah,
years. Jesus H.
I'm a
Poor
Giants
Trevor.
fan, so yes, also fuck the Patriots. But oof.
Poor
I did.
Trevor's
I
gonna be
remember.
upset tomorrow.
I saw it was like a TikTok after that Bills Patriots game. Just some guy like sitting in the shower, fully clothed, just with the shower running down, and he's like, "Is this what every other team's fans felt like before Brady left every year?"
Yeah. Nick was saying it, but shout out to Trevor P. You know, hang in there.
Sorry, buddy.
He's
feels
I
you,
hope
man.
he
he's a
didn't watch
Green
your
Bay.
last game.
He's a Green Bay
I hope he
fan.
didn't watch his last game with Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback, but I have a assumption that he did.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So Tom Brady, obviously the Bucs quarterback, is I believe he's got one more season on his contract. So there's something weird about football, like, because I think Aaron Rodgers has one more season, but they're talking about like trading him before the season starts. Same with Brady. They're like, they'll see what he wants to do, and then they'll go from there. So it doesn't seem to work the same as hockey, where it's like they're locked in there. They're trying to, and like you trade them at the deadline for something.
I
don't
have
know.
no idea, so I'm gonna stay out.
I don't know if you, Nick, have any insight on that matter, but
I think you're right. I think he's got one more year. No, I really don't. It's one of those things, kind of like NBA. The players have more of like a power on where they want to
More
do,
of a
what they
say.
want to do, and where they want to go.
okay.
Especially when they're that high profile.
Mm.
Like you see it in the NBA a lot more, but
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see Brady leave because they're still a good team, and he's probably gonna. He said he wants to win another one, so the Bucs still have a good team next year too. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, he had that whole he had a big drama.
We talked about it.
Fiasco going into the season. He didn't want to play, wanted to get traded, but yada yada. And he said in the press game conference yesterday that he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. And the Packers are on the verge of having to do a rebuild because
Yeah,
because of where they're at with contracts. So
I saw they were like 44 million over the cap, and Rodgers' cap hit was going to be like 46 million. So
Jesus.
they're an Aaron Rodgers. They're little less than an Aaron Rodgers over the salary cap. So
Well, that doesn't help things.
Jeez, wait.
also think about that and then compare it to NHL salaries.
and their best receivers
Yeah.
on his contract's expiring this year. They'll franchise tag him because I don't think he wants to go back if they're in the middle of a rebuild. I would assume.
Yeah.
So that
He's
game
good,
yesterday,
but-
Yeah.
the 49ers beat the Packers at home, well, in at Lambeau, 13-10, right?
Yeah. And it was
So
like
Jimmy Garoppolo played in cold weather and beat the Packers.
Well, so going into
Unreal.
it was
Wow.
into the fourth. It was 7-3.
oh, yes. That's
So
what
it was
happened.
like 7-3 all game long.
It just came back to me.
And then, so I just saw the highlight on my phone because I got back from Brian's late, so I didn't see what happened. And then this morning I woke up and I saw something on like Facebook, and it was talking about the game, and I was like, the Packers fucking won. There's no way they lost. And I'm like, I looked at the score, I'm like, they lost 10-13. And I know something happened with special teams at the end of the game.
You want me to
But I
tell you?
don't know
Because
what
I remember
happened, so-
watching it.
Yeah, lead us through it, man.
So they pushed them. They like pushed the Packers back, or they ended up very close, maybe the 15-yard line, their own 15, and they had to punt. They blocked the punt. They
Yeah, that's right.
like one of the
Wow.
defenders got a hand over the punt, and it like wibbled off, and obviously didn't go anywhere. It went backwards, and it bounced, and there was nobody but San Francisco players around, so they blocked the punt and got a touchdown to go up,
Unbelievable.
or to go.
Unbelievable.
I think that was to get up to 13.
No, to 10, right? It'd be 10-7, and then they.
So I
kicked
think
another
I saw
field goal.
the
No,
clip.
so-
They won
yeah,
on a
yeah,
field
you're
goal.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
you're
would
right,
have got
you're
the
right, you're
game
right, you're right.
10-10.
You're right.
And then they would have kicked a field goal at the end.
Wow, that's all. So it was a special teams win, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, that's all it came down to.
It
Just
was
one
quite a
point.
thing.
Well,
Wow.
it's funny because I was
So
you know, I
Garoppolo
wasn't
didn't do
being-
jack shit.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
they
he
didn't look
did,
good.
but
I watched part of it at Brian's and they didn't look good. I was joking with Trevor at work on Thursday. I was like, "Go Niners!" Now I kind of feel bad
he's
because
gonna
I didn't really want him to win.
smack you tomorrow.
But
He's gonna give you a little smack.
the problem is, so like now whoever comes out of the NFC, which it's either the Bills play. If the Bills win, they play the Bengals. So then the Rams will play the Niners, and the Rams have an easier way through now because the
Dude, that's
Niners
a
aren't
good
very
fucking team. That's a good
The
team.
Rams?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
just
Except
from
for the
watching
running
it today.
back. He fumbled twice today.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
unfortunate.
pretty rough.
That was unfortunate. Oh, I was hyped though. I was
And
like,
they almost
"Lights
blew a
out!"
26-point lead. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, dude,
you know what,
if they hadn't
Mike?
played the worst first half ever, they probably would have won that game.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say,
I bet you you're right. Yep. It's funny. I don't know if you guys follow him on Facebook anymore, but if you do, go shout out Ben Leach.
I think I've got him.
Check his
I
post.
think I have him.
Check his post. Oh god.
is he like a high school buddy of yours?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
buddy's not really a word for it.
Okay.
It was a guy we knew.
We were acquaintances.
Yeah, high school, yeah.
Let me see this.
Wigan missed the South.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's a throwback right there.
They aren't. I don't know if you can read them. They're pretty explicit.
Whoa.
Find like the tamest one.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should keep it PG.
Okay, well here's one. Let's go
Okay.
Rams. Make Tom Brady go pout in the corner.
What?
All right then.
That's oddly specific.
You can't read the one that he posted after the game.
No.
Just read it to yourself.
What
Just read
in
it to
the-
yourself.
And send a screenshot to the group chat.
I don't even know. I want to read it, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. I wouldn't put that on Facebook, I'll be honest.
Neither would I.
We're talking about me and Nick here. All right, but yeah, that's all. I wanted to talk a little bit about NFL because there was a lot of upsets happening, and I thought it was just weird. And I had this sweet jersey.
I'm very glad NHL playoffs are not the same format. Can you imagine
One
if,
game?
like one game, especially in hockey?
It wouldn't work. It's too random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait. So our matchups, what are we talking about? So the 49ers beat the Packers. The Rams beat the Bucks. And
Yep.
what was the other game that happened yesterday?
Bengals, Raiders.
Oh yeah, the
The
Bengals.
Bengals beat the Raiders. So
No,
the
that
Bengals.
was last weekend. No. The
Oh,
Raiders.
so
was
who the
last
Bengals?
weekend.
Oh, sorry, the Bengals beat the Titans. The Bengals beat the
The
Titans.
Titans. Yep.
So the Bengals, the 49ers, and the Rams are moving on. And now Kansas City and Buffalo are playing right now. So this
Yes.
episode will be posted, and we will know the outcome of that game.
Yes. We will
That'll
not.
be
We will not as we're recording it. 'Cause it's
We might be
happening.
able to break the ending score.
We very well
Maybe.
might. I don't know. That's gonna be a long episode. We wait for
Yeah.
that, I think. But
By where are they at in the game right now?
starting the fourth, maybe. So maybe not.
Hey
but-
guys, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
what's up?
happen to know in what state are the Kansas City Chiefs from?
This is stupid,
They
man.
are in Missouri. Yeah,
Eric?
Because a majority.
it's Missouri.
I thought it was Missouri too.
I always thought it was Kansas because it says Kansas in the name.
I'm fairly certain there is also a Kansas City, Kansas.
There is.
Yeah.
I'm Kansas City. I'm pretty sure is on the perimeter or on the border.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's bisected.
There's two.
Oh, there is
Yeah,
two
there's-
separate
There's
cities.
Kansas City in both of them. I was talking
okay.
with Trevor about this week.
Is the Kansas City in Kansas, is that the one with the baseball team? Or is that also in the
MLB?
Missouri
I don't
one?
know. But so the reason I bring this up is I've heard some like grumble on like different podcasts of the next expansion teams in Kansas City. Are they talking
heard that a
Kansas
few
City,
times.
Missouri or Kansas City, Kansas?
Hockey.
Yeah,
I would
NHL.
would guess Missouri, just because of the
Yeah.
Chiefs being there.
Yep.
But interesting tidbit. When I was a wee lad, and by wee lad I mean like a month out of the womb, my parents
Oh,
took me
wow.
to we lived in Kansas, and my parents took me to a Kansas City Blades game,
What were they?
which was an old
Wow.
hockey team. I don't know which
What league?
league Not sure.
I'm looking it up.
But we're also talking about like 97. So.
Dude, wait, yeah, you were like, did they just wrap you in like a little blanket burrito? They took you to the game.
I don't even know if they
Damn.
put
You guys
headphones on me.
The Kansas Royals are also from Missouri.
The Royals?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
They
so they're
were
probably
a
talking about
member
Missouri.
of the IHL from 1990 to 2001 when
Whoa.
the IHL folded.
Booyah. Kansas City Blades.
Dang.
They have a puck
That's a-
somewhere.
That's a historic
It's-
game.
Yeah.
Pretty
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, you were probably there near the end then.
Yeah,
they
that's-
folded
I
in
wasn't alive
2001.
before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so that'll wrap up our little NFL segment.
Go Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
I'll say go Bills.
Or honestly, Team Chaos. Go 49ers.
What? No, dude. You're New York. Come on, upstate New York. The Bills.
I have
Well, they're Western.
no
I
attachment
want the
to
Bengals.
any.
There's no Canadian team, so he can't
I
just
want the
pick
Bills to
them.
win tonight, but I want the Bengals to win it all.
Okay. You want Shiesty Joe?
Bengals,
Or
that
sorry,
could
Joe
be good.
Shiesty?
Did you see what he said about his kicker?
No.
Oh, he
So-
jacked him up.
Yeah, at the end of the game, in the press game or the post game press conference, they were talking to him, and they were talking. His last name's McPherson,
Yeah.
and the kicker goes. He does a warm up kick, and then he's walking out, and he says something along the lines of like,
Looks
"I
like
guess
we're
we're going to the
whatever
championship
round.
game, boys."
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
he knew he already was saying he was going to make it before he kicked it. Like
That's pretty cool.
Jesus.
Let's go.
He's young
Gotta
too.
love the camp.
He's like a child.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Anyway, so the All-Star last minute, and remember we were all real wrangled that there was a lot of the last minute that should have just been
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah.
And
A lot of the right ones made it.
all of them pretty
Yeah.
much made it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Stamkos is in the Atlantic. Nazem Kadri is in the Central. Gensel in the Metro, and then the Pacific is Troy Terry from Anaheim.
And with the
Let's
Metro,
go.
it's worth noting I saw Zibanejad was originally voted in, but then
Yeah.
couldn't for whatever reason, so they replaced him with Jake Gensel. Or I think he might have been second or whatever. So
That's probably how it was.
Yeah.
It was like whoever got the second place. But yeah, so I mean that's about as good as you could hope for. Like
Yeah.
nobody that shouldn't be there made it in last second.
now think they could have just named those guys in the first place, and more guys that also should have been there could have made it in.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But anyway,
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what are you guys looking forward to? I know Ben's not a huge fan of the festivities, but is there an event
You
you're looking
fuddy-duddy,
forward
Ben.
to, or the game?
the skills comp. I'll watch the skills comp. I always
man.
like the skills comp more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Okay.
actually curious to see Nick Suzuki in the. I hope he gets a chance at the. I don't know what the official. I think it's accurate shot. Whatever the four.
Yep.
The
Shot
four
accuracy.
targets.
Yeah.
Shot accuracy. Whatever
It's
the four
the
targets
Honda
or whatever.
accuracy challenge.
Yeah, or whatever the
whoever
fuck.
sponsors it.
Yeah. I want to see him in that because I low key think he could be good at that. He's got a hell of a
Probably.
wrister on him.
Probably.
Who's playing Slapshot this year? Because you don't have.
I know
the
there's no
restrictions.
Shea Weber. I don't know who's gonna.
Headman, baby.
They probably will.
They
be.
gonna cart
Big
Zdeno
Swede.
Chara over to the All-Star game just for the hardest shot competition.
Yeah. Right.
Wait, is Ovechkin not gonna go? Did we talk about
No,
this
he
already?
is because he's the captain. He was voted
Okay.
as.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
yeah.
Fan voted as
He's
the captain.
the Metro captain. I was gonna say I want to see him crank one. He's having a great
I-
season.
He could
honestly-
he could probably get a good one off.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's probably him. I was saying Hedman, but it's probably him. As
Yeah.
much as I love
Hedman's a
Hedman.
big boy though, dude.
He
Hedman's
is.
a big boy.
The thing
Man,
with
you
the
wouldn't
hardest
think-
shot comp though is it's not like he was Ovi specifically. He's good at cranking them just sitting still. I think a lot of them they don't get as much speed when they're doing the whole run up skate to it, and then
Mhm.
but we shall see.
The thing about Hedman is he's big, but holy shit. Well, I'll talk about this later, but in the LA game, he was fucking flying, man.
Yeah.
He's so fast. I
Got
was
the
like,
wheels.
I didn't know he was that fast. But yeah, he's pretty fast. I am also looking forward to the skills competition. I am having won one myself. I like the like the shootout
Wow.
competition.
Shameless plug. You got to give us a backstory
in
now. I
northern
didn't
New
know
York,
about this.
Tupper Lake. Have you ever heard of it? I wouldn't be surprised if you had.
Yes,
I was busy.
from you
I was-
guys. From you. I haven't heard of it until then.
I was busy shitting at home.
Yeah, Ben was rocketing out of both sides. Or actually, was it both, or was it just the one?
I think
Actually, you
it
know
was
what? It
just the
doesn't
butt.
matter.
I think it was just the one.
Doesn't matter.
Paint that vivid
Yeah.
picture in the viewers' minds, everybody.
Like I painted
wait.
that toilet hole.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you messed up saying sitting at home. You were actually
No, I was saying
shitting.
shitting. Yeah.
No
That's
mistake.
great.
No mistake.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
What's a day of
What are you gonna
diarrhea?
do?
Alright,
What are you gonna do?
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Dude, it's
speaking of
Taco Bell.
shitting, so Mike is at the skills tourney.
Oh
What
yeah.
happened?
I feel like I've told this story before, but
Can you do the between the legs?
hell yeah. So the way it worked is each team had, I think, 1 or 2 people doing it. I think just one, and we shot. There was 5 teams, I think, and you shot 5 times. You shot.
It was
on
a
each,
shootout. Like
yeah.
it was a shootout. Okay.
You went down on each team's goalie 1 time. So I
Okay.
did my 4, and I think I had made 3 of the 4.
Mm.
Because that was my like best attribute was like deking a goalie. I put my whole body into it.
Yeah.
They never
You're
knew
Give it
where
a
I
little
was going.
shimmy shake.
So I had
Outside
3 out of the
Boudoir.
4, and this was when was this? This would have been like 2012 ish. No, would have been earlier. Would have been like 2009 ish.
No, it was.
We were like 12 or 13.
I don't fucking know. Somewhere around
I don't-
there.
It was the 2010 around. It was
Somewhere
around
around
there.
2010.
And I was like, guys, because I think all the coaches were out there. So my dad was the coach at the time, so he was out there, and then there were a couple other teammates out there. And I was like, guys, I'm gonna do the between the legs, is what I called it. The American Elite is what other people might know as.
Of course.
Yeah.
But so I skate down and I do it, and I execute it to perfection. I mean, I'm going across the ice. The goalie's coming with me. I put it back between my legs, flip it up over him into the like top left corner for me. And then that gives me 4 out of 5, which ends up a whole bunch of other players ended at 3. So I broke the tie to win it
Nice.
with the between the legs. Then we're heading off the ice, and the Plattsburgh goalie taps me and is like, "Is that you did the between the legs?" I was like, "Yeah, that was me." He's like, "That was fucking sick, man." Like, thanks, dude. But yeah, that was cool.
And that's how Mike ended up going to Plattsburgh. That's the origin story.
That's it. Yep.
Kidding.
No, yeah, but that was pretty cool.
So that's really cool. I think you did tell that story before, but I forgot it was in a skills comp. I remember you saying you did it between the legs before, but I didn't get that.
Never
context.
pulled it out in a real game.
It's
Didn't have
tough,
the
dude.
balls. No, you know what?
Well,
I did. You know what I did? I remember the story that I told you because I did do it in practice once. We did a one-on-one drill, and I got around the defender somehow, and I just instinct took over, and I just did it. And it ran. But yeah.
So all right, hold on one second. I want to add. So you guys are both looking forward to the skills comp. You know what I'm looking forward to for the game? I want to see those jerseys on the ice.
Me too.
Because we see the All-Star jerseys and just the jerseys. Like I want to see like the whole thing. You know?
The whole outfit.
Yeah, the whole outfit.
See how it looks in the
Yeah.
full uni.
Yeah, I want to see the full uni outfit. I think that'll be cool because like
Do they
honestly, yeah.
Provide like shells and like helmets and gloves I just thought of that as like a logistical thing for all the players. Or are they just gonna all be wearing their own? That would look so gross.
They definitely will provide shells for the pants and socks.
Yeah, but the rest, I don't know.
Gloves and helmets.
Gloves and helmet.
I bet they do. If you think back to all the other All-Star games, they always look good. There's never any
We're
mismatching
talking about
shit.
$1 billion freaking.
Are they $1 billion?
Trying to save money right now, Nick.
They
been
are
a rough few years.
Y'all can buy your own gloves.
Honestly, Ben, you're right. And also the NHL they'd be like, you know how we should save money? By making our jerseys and combos look shittier. It's like, okay,
that would be the cost-cutting move the NHL would come up with. It'd be like, nah, use your own gloves. It's fine.
Wait a minute, though. Here's the thing, though. It's in Vegas, right? The All-Star game?
Yeah.
So, come on. Vegas is the clean Vegas is the clean white gloves and the dark gloves. So they should be, pitch in. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Someone should be wearing white pants. That's all I'm going to say.
I hope so.
When is
hope
the
so.
All-Star break? End of February? Nice.
Middle. I think it's middle.
No, I think All Stars game is next weekend.
Is it?
I'm fairly certain.
That's
It's
I don't
usually
know.
It's usually at the end of January.
you might want to check. I'm pretty sure it's the end of February because why would they be stupid enough to line that up with freaking AFC and NFC championship games?
I don't think it's the.
No, they are dumb enough to line it up with the day before Super Bowl. It's Saturday,
Wow.
February 5th.
Unreal.
I mean, I guess it's the day before.
It's better
fine,
than
but
nothing.
Wait,
Better than-
Saturday, February 5th.
and then Sunday's the game.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but wait, but the
No, they're playing the actual All-Star game on the Saturday. Friday will be the skills
Oh, okay,
competition.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say the All-Star game always happens in the afternoon. The Super
The
Bowl,
Super Bowl
is
is not
8,
till
8 o'clock.
the Super Bowl is not till the 13th.
Pro Bowl.
I was wrong there too. Okay.
So they're
Okay,
lining it up
well.
against Pro Bowl on Pro Bowl weekend.
Good weekend to line it up because nobody gives a fuck about Pro Bowl. It sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good. So all you
Bills
viewers
comp
out there,
7:30 on the Friday.
Okay.
all you viewers out there,
game
watch
3 p.m. on
the
Saturday.
freaking hockey skills comp and All-Star game instead of the Pro Bowl. Don't watch the Pro Bowl. Come on.
Probably be
Also,
on
Nick.
ESPN is my guess, or TNT.
Yes, Nick. What are you most excited to see for the All-Star game?
Are they doing like obscure like you know how last year or the year before they did like upper deck shooting?
Oh, where they
Oh,
were in the
yeah,
crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you didn't like that.
I mean,
enjoyed
it was a cool concept, but like nobody could hit shit.
I thought it was lame, dude.
Like
I'm
nobody
interested
could
to
hit
see what they
shit.
do this year because obviously they have like your normal like shooting shit and fastest skater and slap shot, but there's always something else.
You know what would be
Right.
kind of cool? Shit, you know what? Maybe not. I was gonna say, you know, what'd be kind of cool is like a shrunk down 3-on-3, but then so much of that would just be puck battles. It wouldn't be super entertaining.
No.
But-
Yeah.
Hey Mike, you want to watch that together?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
You're asking me on a date, sir?
I may
All
come
Star
down.
date, baby.
I may come down and visit
Oh,
if allowed.
Yeah, dude. Oh shit, no, we won't. Pretty sure we're getting that apartment.
Nice.
Hey,
oh, let's go.
Knock on wood.
Still waiting on final word though.
Still waiting on official confirmation, but we went and saw them and they said it was all good. So
Nice.
yes, I would like to watch that with you, Nicholas.
Aaron's got to work. I'm not doing anything that weekend, so I'll probably peruse on down there.
Sounds good. You guys want to talk about our teams a little bit?
Yes.
Okay,
I can go quick.
I'm gonna start it off because I just want to mention a little something here,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's less about the team than about this player. Anyone want to tell me who's leading in goals on the Buffalo Sabres?
On
On
the
the
Buffalo
Buffalo
Sabres.
Don't look it up.
Wait,
Jeff
Tage
Skinner.
Thompson?
Okay, we got
Jeff Skinner.
we got a Jeff Skinner, a Tage Thompson. Ben, do you got any guesses?
Just to be different, I'm gonna say Rasmus Dahlin.
Hmm. And Nick
I
is
don't
the
think I-
winner. It's Jeff
Doesn't
Skinner.
he have 13?
Let's
has-
go, Jeff Skinner.
He has 16 goals.
That is double the
Wow.
Habs goal leader.
Wow.
Jeff Skinner has
I am.
that's really bad. Jeff Skinner has 16 goals, 11 assists, and he just the other night had a 2-goal game. Jeff Skinner has risen from the
Against-
dead. He's still
Let's
not
go.
earning. He's still really not earning that $9 million contract.
No.
But you know
He
what?
had a 2-goal game against the Ottawa Senators.
Ah, okay. And
Oh.
segue.
So Ottawa is 1-1-1 in the last 3. They got beat. I don't remember what the score was, but they lost to the Sabres. They didn't have Matt Murray, and they had Philip Gustafson, who has been atrocious this season. So he's got another. You lost to the Sabres. Get your ass back down to the fucking minors. They played the Capitals on Saturday night. Lost that in overtime, thankfully. So they got a point out of that. Well, I'm calling 1-1-1 because they currently are up on. Where are they playing right now?
Oh, you're pre-calling it? That's dangerous,
That's
man.
ballsy.
I like it.
Hold on.
How big's
I'm
the
loading up.
lead?
He's loading up. Where are they playing?
They won.
Oh, okay.
They played the Blue Jackets 2-1.
And
One,
okay.
one. So they are 1-1 in the last 3. So
you were calling it on a 1-goal game?
Yep.
Sir?
Well, I knew they were in
Snake
the
man.
fourth. They were in the third when I looked at it last. So not a lot to say. Murray got a loss in OT, but he's playing better, so that's good.
There
It's
we
nice
go.
to see.
Maybe
Yeah,
he picked up some confidence down there in Belleville.
They're a little weak on the goals scored side right now. I think they only scored like 1 against Buffalo, and then they scored 2 against the Capitals. I think maybe it was 3.
Did you see that?
No, they scored 2,
Yeah.
and then they only scored 2 tonight. And then a couple games ago, they scored like 5, and then like I'm like, score some more goddamn goals.
Did you
Eric,
see in that game against Buffalo?
Goal scores.
Did I see what?
Did you see in that game against Buffalo with Ottawa where there was like a massive like scrum by the bench? The refs were coming in to break it up and whatever. Puck squirts out, and then a Buffalo guy ends up going in and scoring on Ottawa. As the refs are like breaking up a scrum, there's no whistle, and a guy just goes in and scores.
Yeah.
And
Wait,
it was like
the scrum
dumbest
by the
looking-
bench?
Yeah,
Yeah. What the hell?
I don't know.
How do you not
I was
blow
just
the
like,
whistle?
How is there not a whistle there at any point? That was.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened.
And not to
but-
mention, Buffalo had like their fucking 5th backup goalie in too. Some guy I have never
Oh,
They
heard
yeah.
had
of.
so many goalie injuries.
I'm
It's
surprised they're
insane.
actually doing what they're doing. Like they're a bad team, and and then their goaltending just keeps getting worse because they keep getting injuries.
It was bad to start, and then it
Yeah.
just keeps getting
They're
badder.
doing surprisingly well. I'll be honest.
I'm not going to say anything more about the Senators, but I want to talk about the Sabres for a sec. You just
Yeah.
said they're a bad team. I don't exactly agree with that. They aren't good, but they aren't bad. Their goalie is bad. They've been playing pretty good for being a subpar team.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
they're
Yeah.
okay. Like
And I
they've
think-
built up.
I hope
a
when
pretty
they
good
get
season
Shane-
so far.
I hope when Shane Wright gets there, if he plays next season.
No.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
No, that's Arizona's.
Mike.
Step
Stop.
aside.
Who's the other kid that they have too? The Canadian kid.
Owen Power.
Yeah, he's gonna be something good too.
He's American, I think. Peyton Krebs might be who you're thinking of.
No, I was talking about Power,
Owen-
and I'm
Owen
pretty
Power's
sure he's
Canadian.
Oh no, he is Canadian.
He's
Yep.
playing for Team Canada.
Who am I thinking of? There's a college. I'm thinking of a different college kid that just got named. Never mind. Ignore me.
I don't know. Peyton Krebs got 2
Um,
goals though the other day. His first 2 goals
Yep.
in his career.
Yes.
That was quite cool.
That in the short term, I mean, Eichel's going to be probably fucking bananas on Vegas whenever he
Hell
comes in. But
yeah.
like getting the 2 bodies of Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuck on the Sabres is just such a huge,
Yeah.
Why
just
not?
breath of fresh, like
good-
just injection
it's
of
great.
talent for them.
Yeah.
Because Eichel was never going to play there again.
No, he's
Plus
not.
the resurgence of Jeff Skinner, and if he can keep it up,
Mhm.
he's got a long ways left in that contract.
Yeah,
so
he's
if he can
he's there for a
if he
while.
can continue to play like that, along with some of these young kids that are coming in, they're gonna be okay. They're not. It's tough because like you look at the 4 bottom teams, right? Detroit, Ottawa, Montreal, and
It's right now. It's
Buffalo.
right now. It's Zona,
Well,
Canadians.
They don't count. Arizona doesn't count.
Oh, we're not counting them. They don't even
I'm
count as a
talking
team.
like the Atlantic teams, and like
Okay.
you know, historically anyway. I know Detroit's good this year, but like it's so hard for them to compete because the top end of the Atlantic is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
the
like,
Atlantic is going to
You
be
can't
a
do anything until
fucking
Tampa
murderer's row forever,
this team implodes. Like I don't know what.
and I don't think they're gonna
They ain't
because they're
gonna.
very well managed.
And
They ain't gonna.
Toronto's got those guys are all still young there too. Like yes, they have their problems, but they're good. So it's like it's going to be hard for those other teams to compete unless those kids are just like a couple years away from the maturity level and they just like turn into like these all-stars. But
Now, if they can ever get into a playoff series with Toronto,
Then they got a chance.
then there's a chance.
Yeah, I think it's for a lot of those teams. I think a lot of those bottom teams, excluding the Canadians, because I don't know what the hell's going on there.
They're just fucking cursed, man. The fucking injury reports that keep coming out, I'm just like, man.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
But-
fight on that wild card spot every single season.
but a
Coming out of the
majority,
Atlantic.
a majority of those bottom teams, I feel like a lot of them they just need a goalie. If they can get a goalie, they'll be fairly set.
Yeah, Detroit went and got one, and they've actually had a
They've
decent year
actually
so
done
far.
okay. And
Like,
Buffalo
I
was
mean,
doing well when Craig Anderson was doing his thing.
44-year-old Craig Anderson.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
what they have
obviously
to
not
rely
what you
on.
want, but he was playing well. So
Take what you can get when you're
Yeah.
Buffalo.
yeah, I still don't understand how. Yeah, whatever. All right. So who's next? Who wants to go next?
Eric, I'll segue to
Eric,
you.
yeah, you were-
The segue of lack of goals scored.
Oh yes, yes.
All right. Before I get into that, I do want to say something real quick. So obviously you guys saw this. I don't know how much you guys knew about this player, but Clark Gillies, Islanders captain and just a legendary player, passed away unfortunately January 21st at the age of 67. So he wasn't up there. Yeah, it was very sudden.
Yeah.
So I was watching the end of the Islanders Coyotes game, and the Islanders obviously won because that's something they can do because the Coyotes are abysmal, like Nick said. They don't count in what we were talking about before, but they kind of like did this weird segue after the win, and it was just you guys don't watch the MSG like Islanders coverage. So Shannon, one of the broadcasters, was like, "Oh, we just want to let all Islanders fans know we got word that." That Clark Gillies passed away, and as she was like saying that, she was like, "Oh, there's like some serious news." Mike Bossy, who you guys all are familiar with, yeah. So he is going through cancer treatment right now, and for a second, I was like, "Oh no, they're gonna say something about Mike Bossy," but then she said Clark Gillies, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like that was really sudden. But Clark Gillies was the enforcer of those Islanders Cups teams. He was, I mean, it's the 1980s, right? So like obviously like, you know, there's still like goalies are still flailing all over the place, and you know, it's like that old style hockey that you watch and kind of
or taking out shins if we're talking about Islanders goalies, but
yeah, Billy Smith, baby.
Fucking menace that man was.
He was a menace.
In
That's
the best way.
Yeah, in the best way. That's a whole nother thing. But Clark Gillies was 6'4", 210 in the 1980s, so he was a big man. So like teams like the Flyers and the Bruins, they would try to like, you know, like they'd try to beat the Islanders up, you know, knock them around. That wasn't happening when Clark Gillies was on the ice. No freaking way. But he's one of 17 players that won 4 Stanley Cups in a row with the Islanders from 1980 through 83.
Nice.
Which is absolutely crazy. He was a genuinely like good human being. I think a lot of people were saying that, like just in the aftermath of his passing. And something that was kind of cool, I was talking to my boss at work today. He's an Islander fan. And he said that he actually got the chance to meet Clark Gillies because he got tickets to like one of the boxes back when they were retiring Gillies' number. And Gillies was actually sitting like 2 boxes across from him at Nassau Coliseum. And he kind of like saw him and like waved to him. And Gillies was like, oh, like he like motioned for him and his wife to come over. And they like just had like a nice conversation with him. He was just like the most down to earth guy.
That's cool.
And so like, yeah, he's just really good player. My dad's a big Islanders fan, one of his heroes. So very, very, very sad to see him go at such a young age. They didn't say the cause of it either, to be honest. I don't want to say anything like wrong, so I'm not sure, but I'm sure they want to keep that private for whatever reason now. But yeah, rest in peace, Clark Gillies. Yeah, just one of those guys, part of that legendary dynasty team.
Hashtag R.I.P.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, did you just do the hashtag sign?
Yeah, I was like, what is happening right now? But yeah,
That's too
yeah,
bad. That's too young. That's too fucking young.
I don't know if you guys have it. Are you familiar with Clark Gillies at all, or like?
I mean, the name, yeah, I had
Okay.
like a general idea of who he was, just because that Islanders team was foil to a lot of Habs teams, and it was in the 80s because that was when the Habs were coming off being awesome, and then the Islanders took over. But yeah, I didn't have much else other than just the name.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna get that news out of the way. Obviously very sad, but the Islanders, on the other hand, they did win that night, and they lost to Toronto yesterday, 3-1. That was really frustrating. I want to get into that. But the Islanders, if they want to even scratch making the playoffs, they still have games in hand on a bunch of other teams. And they won 3 of their last 4, which is pretty good. Like, you want to be doing that. My issue with the Islanders right now actually involves Barry Trotz.
Frig that guy.
God. So here's the thing, right? The Islanders need offense. It is so painfully obvious this season. And one of the guys on the Islanders who's been providing that this season is Oliver Wahlstrom, a rookie who you all may be familiar with.
But does he back check hard enough, Eric?
Okay, yeah. So exactly. We're going to get into that. We're going to freaking get into that.
No, he does not.
So he is third on the Islanders in goals with 8 goals. The Islander with the most goals is Brock Nelson with 13.
Let's go.
Brock Nelson's still the top goal scorer?
Yeah, for the New York Islanders. Listen, Brock Nelson's underrated, but he's like an underrated.
Be your top goal scorer.
Exactly. And
Kyle Palmieri should be.
Oliver Wahlstrom is tied. No, not tied. Sorry, he's 4th in points on the Islanders with 16 points. The point leader on the Islanders is Matt Barzal with 24, which yikes at this point of the season. But like,
I take it.
Oliver Wahlstrom, offensively, Oliver Wahlstrom has 16 points. 8 of them are goals. Someone who could put the puck in the net. He was healthy scratched yesterday against Toronto because Barry Trotz didn't like a pass that he made last game against Arizona. And I think they
One pass.
I think, that's a good question. Who did they put in for him, dude? I didn't even go as far as to research that. I was just so freaking pissed off. It was either, I think it was
Zach Parise.
It might have been Parise or
wait, is Wahlstrom not
Zarnik?
a D-man?
No, he's a forward. He's a forward.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was either Parise or Zarnik, another like rookie guy or something like that.
Okay.
But like,
all right.
Why at this point of the season against the Maple Leafs? How do you justify that? How do you justify that?
Now? Yeah, I don't know.
Like, listen, I'm at the point, and I want to ask you guys about this. I'm at the point, is Barry Trotz a good coach? Yes. His pedigree shows all the signs of that. I don't need to back that up. But, like, bro, you have Zdeno Chara, Kyle Palmer, like, all these guys, and they're playing poorly. Like, why can you send Anthony Beauvillier down for a conditioning stint, but you can't send any of these washed-up fuckers or get them off the ice for young guys that, like, are trying to prove something and actually
Coaches
getting
love their
you
vets.
It's just it's such a hockey exactly. It's like that old school
mentality.
And like I think it's frustrating because the Islanders, right? Their team from last year was exactly the same. And Barry's system, if these players were performing like they were last year, would be fine. I would not be having this conversation or questioning this. But like it's very much looking like right now we need to like start getting some of our young guys playing and kind of see what they have. And like I don't want to say like, oh, rebuild. And also it is a small chunk of an abysmal season for the Islanders on multiple levels because of COVID, because of players underproducing and all that. But like very frustrated. And I obviously want Trotz to remain coach for the rest of the season, but I'm curious to see what he does, because I think whatever he does towards the end of this terrible season is like that's going to be big for what happens with his future with the
especially
Islanders next season.
If they continue to like skid out, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the point of not developing your young guys? Like why would you say, okay, we're gonna have Chara and Parise out there every other game? Like why?
Yeah. Why? What's the point of that? And like obviously,
yeah, exactly. What's the point on those old guys? You're not going to develop them anymore. They're about to freaking ride off in the sunset and retire. So like, develop your young guys and let them play against real hockey teams.
I think that's the only way depending on where they're at, come about a month from now, you're going to find out if they're going to keep going all in, or if guys like Parise and Chara and insert every expiring contract here might be going to somebody else for trade deadline. Because yeah, why not? Like if it's any of those kind of guys where they're very clearly we're just a 1 year kind of thing. If it's not looking like you're gonna do it, then yeah, do I like you said, not rebuild, but like
No.
be smart
Retool.
about it. No, just
Yeah.
be smart about it and sell what you got. That
Exactly.
like that you very clearly aren't going to be around next year, and you're going to be able to. And then that also opens up, or kind of forces Barry Trotz's hand in terms of using the young guys.
And like I'm at the point, like, again, I think this offseason is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to do my research because I do. I mean, right now, if you ask me, I have a feeling a lot of like those expiring contracts, like you said, are going to be shipped out because teams are going to need like maybe some depth for a playoff run. Like, sure.
Oh,
like, yeah,
any good team is going to come knocking your door down for a Char and a Parise. They're going to be dying to give you second round and third round picks.
Yeah, exactly. And like at that point, yeah, I'd take him. Like, what's to lose? So, that's very, very frustrated by that decision. I know it's only one game, but like it's just I've just seen this all season with the veterans, and I understand like there is an element of it where you just sign these guys, and obviously like you want to play them. You know, like you have all these guys you signed to contract, so you want to play them. And also, yes, the Islanders started off the season the worst they've ever started a season, or one of the, maybe not the worst, but one of the worst starts to a season. Yeah, got to be close. And like I understand, like like you want to let these guys, you want to really let these guys have like more of a sample size to see what you have to work with. But yeah, you got to make young players want to play for the Islanders because so many years of my life, like no draft picks or like no one's been excited to go. Why would you go to the Islanders when you can go to the Rangers? That's basically my point.
True.
If you would, guys, we were drafted. You want to play for a New York team. What fucking team do you want to play for?
Buffalo, baby.
I the Islanders.
Rangers. I want to go to MSG.
I'd go Islanders too because I'd rather live on Long Island than in the city.
Yeah, I don't like New York City.
All right.
I really don't like New York City.
If you play for the Rangers, doesn't mean you have to live in New York City.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can.
Yeah, but like that's a lot of you're gonna be there a lot. I mean, you're gonna be there a lot either way, but also fuck the Rangers. No,
I mean,
Islanders.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Islanders. Islanders times 1,000.
Nah, I won't bring it up.
I would rather go to the Sabres. Because I could be a star there.
All right, this question backfired. Basically, my point is the Rangers are looking real nice right now. In terms of how they built their team and how they, and all that. And like, good for them. They deserve the success. But guys, I was just really frustrated about that. Felt good to vent about that. I will say one thing, though. The Islanders have a defenseman, Robin Salo, who's like rookie. I don't know how old he is. But he scored his first NHL goal this week. And he's kind of racking up. I think he had 3 points in the last 2 games. So he's doing some stuff, which is great. He's finally getting some ice time. And obviously that is because the absence of Ryan Pulock is still hurting the Islanders. No timetable on that. It's probably going to be another couple weeks. But yeah, that's all I have to say. They beat Philly in a back-to-back. Philly's abysmal. They beat the Coyotes. Wow, great. You beat the Flyers twice and the Coyotes. Okay, that's great. You can at least do that. And then they lost to the Maple Leafs 3-1. Again, they just could not score.
You had them right where you wanted them, Eric.
Yep, the 3-1 lead.
Up by 2.
3-1 lead. You know what happened in that game, too? Pierre Engvall on the Leafs, he scored a goal with 0.5 seconds left in the first. This is the Islanders season. They tie it up, right? So you're going into the second. You're like going into the second with a tie game. Nope. Andy Green is waving his stick around like this, and Engvall just cuts right through him and then slides it under Varlamov's. It's like one of those goals, too, like Varlamov gets a piece of it, and it just slowly trickles over the line.
I forgot Andy Green was there.
Just
don't talk to me about last second goals.
You didn't talk to me about him.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Ben and I share a lot of common ground here because both of our there's some weird similarities between both of our teams. That,
if you want to talk about last second diving goals, I'll talk about those too.
All right. Listen, we're not going to talk about that, but you know what, Ben, I'm going to hand it off to you. That's all I have to say about the Islanders.
Before Benny gets going, let's take a little break, eh?
A little break.
That sounds good to me.
All right, we will be back in literally 1 second.
Oh, those old Haberoonies, those guys. They are doing well by their standards. They got 50 plus shots on them 2 games in a row and got 3 points out of it somehow.
Who's
Because
in
Sam
net?
Montembeau,
Yeah.
Samuel Montembeau,
He's been good.
what a fucking guy.
He's been good.
He got shelled all the beginning of the season, and they've sort of finally started to get a little bit of themselves together in front of him. So he just goes in and drops, I think it was 51 saves in the win and then 50 something in an overtime loss against
Oh my
Vegas, which what a fucking guy. And then they brought Colorado to overtime on Saturday.
That was impressive.
So that was a decent-ish game. The shots were a bit closer, a bit more, but it didn't start great. They got outshot like 23 to like 10 in the first period. But then they brought things back
Boy.
around the second 2 periods.
That's a lot of fucking shots in a period.
Yeah,
No,
and then
it's funny.
I think it ended like 39 to 33 or something like that.
Like
so they
not
brought
not
it back
even just
around.
23, but like and also 10 from the like
Yeah,
33
busy-
shots in one
busy
period. God dang.
The Habs don't really know defense right now. They kind of just they're just they're just vibes out there. But
Just vibes. That's a good defensive strategy.
the fun part about the last few games has been since the Habs. Did we talk about, was Kent Hughes even hired last episode?
No, he was not.
Oh yeah.
So here we are.
That's the big news. Kent
Let's go.
Hughes hired as the, I think, 18th general manager of the Montreal Canadiens, if I remember the press release correctly.
Okay.
I mean, his intro presser sounded very nice, but like all of those sound nice. Literally just the guy coming in and being like, yeah, it's gonna be great.
We're gonna do this and this and this, and it's gonna work.
I want to do all these great things. And then like it sounded very nice. He did say a lot of promising things in that he wants to push more of a focus on analytics, which there wasn't really a focus on it at all in Bergevin's era. And
So he wants to employ Moneyball tactics to hockey.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but like just have an analytical influence at all on the team, like have an analytics department at all in the first place. So that was nice to hear. He also mentioned they want to put a much bigger focus on player development, which has arguably been a bigger problem with the Habs than their drafting. I probably believe that a lot of the guys they drafted that ended up being busts over the last 5, 6, 7 years probably would have been fine if they had any sense of like, sheltering them, developing in the A, having a good development system in the A, which they kind of figured out the last 2 to 3 years. But just do it. Like they've never been good at properly like developing prospects. Like it's just kind of been, you're gonna play and you're gonna sink or swim, and if you do badly, we're gonna not try to help you and get better. We're just gonna be like, why aren't you doing better? And then put you on the fourth line, and then eventually scratch you, and then scratch you in the Stanley Cup Finals, and then you leave on an offer sheet. And I'm still bitter about you, Sperry Kotkaniemi. But yeah, so that was nice to hear. Yeah, Kent Hughes, that's where we're at. So again, I mean, it's nice to know that he's hired, and it was nice to hear that there was some trade talks already happening. He said they've already kind of started talking with other teams about certain players. But again, my real test is going to be for once trade deadline rolls around, is I want to see what kind of goes down there. But within the games that happened this week, you could very clearly see with a lot of the younger guys, they're like, all right, time for auditions, baby. We got the new guy in charge, and everybody, like Michael Pezzetta, the power of that flow, that man,
flow, dude.
He's really been bringing it the last little while. We got Sam Montembeau bringing it. Caden Primo had a great goal in net, great game in net. In the Colorado, like just a lot of guys very clearly being like, all right, it's time to like kind of show what we got. And so that's been nice. There's been a little bit more energy. And he did confirm, Kent Hughes did confirm in an interview with TSN 690 that next year the Habs will have a captain on the ice.
Okay.
Because Shea Weber is technically still considered their captain, which Bergevin said at the beginning of the season. He's like, oh no, Shea's still our captain. But he's not playing, but he's our captain. And I'm like, why?
He hangs out.
I would love to see that. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Ben Sherratt.
He's going to get dealt at the deadline.
Captain Ben.
I'm very convinced now that he's going to get moved. And actually, I saw I don't know why. It was one of Frank Saravalli or Elliot Friedman, one of the two, but said that I think it was Panthers, Blues, and Oilers have all called on Sherratt. Have already started.
There's a lot of teams. Yeah,
Yeah.
The Oilers better be calling on Sherratt. God damn, they need just.
I mean, I don't know if he's their. I don't know if he's their answer, but hey, yeah, hell yeah. If you want to give him a call,
why? No, because what else do they have right now? Like out of all the defensemen that they can get right now, like abysmal. They have Cody Ceci and Tyson Barrie. I understand that.
I don't know if adding more slow pylons to your collection of slow pylons is the answer for Edmonton, but if they want to take them,
that's what they're going to do, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
they are going to be.
I could totally see that. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love it. Give me all your prospect. You know, I mean, Leon, he's been so angry in all those press conferences.
He clearly
lately.
Doesn't like it there.
You don't want him there, do you? I mean, Sherratt in the first. Come on.
And McDavid they're basically a package deal.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't talk about pissing
that, right?
No. We can get to that.
It happened this week, did it not?
Oh yeah, it did.
Pissy happened this week.
We can talk about that after that. I think after we get to Mike's team is what. Did we do Tampa yet? No. But I'll wrap up the Habs then. It was a surprisingly fun week. I don't know. Like I watched that whole Dallas game while I was playing video games with Mike. That was pretty good. They were in it against Vegas. I caught the last period of that and overtime, and they were in it. Although the goal that got scored in overtime against Vegas, yes, it was he did. That was one problem. That was one bad part about that. But then, as Shea Theodore is right there doing his moves, Christian Dvorak literally just had to go. Ugh. He did a little move around Christian Dvorak in front. He literally just do anything. He just watched him do it. I was just like, what do you?
Anyway. Ben, wait, hold on one sec, Ben. I want to talk about that play. What? Okay, my dad's freaking out about the football game. Nick is. What the hell just happened? What the hell just happened?
Yeah, what just happened?
Yeah, please tell us.
Because I'm done with the Habs. So
a wide open dude just caught a ball in the end zone.
So the Bills.
Oh my god!
They were like 4th and 20 or 4th and 15.
Oh no!
And they're in the red zone, obviously, and like I said earlier, and there's 2 minutes left in the game, and you know the likelihood of converting a 4th and 10 plus
is
and this one of the receivers busts through the seam, is wide open in the end zone.
Wow! Let's go.
So that puts them up, right?
Up by 1.
Uh-oh.
And
I don't know why he's scrambling like this. Oh!
Up by 2, 3 actually. They converted the two.
They the field goal game.
Converted the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm a little behind you.
Yep. That's why I didn't say anything.
Real quick. I just want to say this to you, Ben.
Yes. Nick.
No, I got it. Sorry.
Turned his camera off.
I don't know what it is.
I just want to say this to you. I do understand, like, Dvorak, he should have played the body on that last play, but when I watch that, Ben Sherratt's a defenseman, right? Dvorak is a forward caught back, and Sherratt has the puck. So Dvorak is probably thinking, I'm going to go up. And then Sherratt just coughs it up. Like, what are you doing? And then Dvorak's like, shit. And it's Shea Theodore, who's very good. So Dvorak played that like a forward who was caught back. Yeah. But yes, not good.
Literally make any move at all. Who cares if you trip him? Who cares if you get a penalty? Just
like save the goal.
Do something. Yeah. Like.
But anyways, the Lightning. Michael Campbell.
Yeah, they're doing pretty good. So they had 3 games this week. They played on Monday, and they were on their California road trip. So every single game was late, which sucked. But
yeah,
they played. They played LA on Monday. Tuesday. And they beat them 6-4. It was pretty sloppy from the Lightning, I'll be honest. It's the Lightning, so they win however you decide they're going to win.
Yeah, essentially.
If you score a bunch of goals, they'll just score more than you. And one of the things that pissed me off from that game, and luckily he improved his play in the next, well, in at least the San Jose game. Sergachev they're on the power play, and Sergachev has the puck, goes out in front of his own net, and I forget who it was. Athanasiou maybe was there. Is he still in LA?
I believe so.
I think it was. I think it was him. He's like at the top of the hash marks, like near the top of the circles, and Sergachev skates like in front of him, and then just tries to do some kind of fancy back pass, and just whiffs it, and straight up leaves Athanasiou alone with the puck in the slot.
Like,
Sounds
okay.
bad.
So he scores there. Like Sergachev, it was the worst thing from Sergachev. It was bad. But luckily he picked it up after that. But yeah, I didn't really. Oh, that was the game where Hedman took over. That was the game where he had a. This is how the Lightning play with their defensemen. The way their defensemen play, he got a breakaway goal. A defenseman.
How?
Because he was pursuing a guy with the puck up the boards in his own end. And then the guy at the defenseman at the point whiffed on it, and Hedman was already flying, and he just picked it up and pew! That was what I was talking about earlier when he was saying he could fly. He was gone.
Dude,
And then he just snipes it.
Victor Hedman fastest skating competition.
That'd be interesting to see. He totally wouldn't win, but I bet he wouldn't be too far behind.
Be competitive.
McDavid, he would be pretty far behind, but
I just want to see Paul Byron go to the skills comp just for that.
Well, that could be an interesting thing. This, like the Steve Dangle podcast was talking about, different people for the game and different people for the skills comp.
I think that would make that way more interesting for the skills comp if you actually picked it based off of like who you've viewed as like being able to do that kind of shit.
I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Lightning beat the Kings. Hedman had 2 goals and an assist, which was nice for my fantasy team. And then they went to Anaheim on Friday, and oh dear.
Yeah, dude, what the hell happened there? I saw that score line. I'm like,
I don't know, because I was playing games while the game was on. Like, I was playing video games while the game was on over there, and they just kept getting scored on. I think I honestly think it was the entire team just was
Anaheim
bad.
kept getting scored on, or Tampa kept getting scored on?
Tampa kept getting scored on, yeah.
Did they not play Vasi?
They did. That's the thing.
Yep.
They played Vasi, and it was 5-1.
It was Tampa being like, Mike, you got to crush this Fortnite with Danielle and Ben right now. You can't be focusing on us. You got to get those dubs.
I was paying attention, man. I was paying attention. Yeah, it's okay, Nick. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I think it was probably the worst game that they played. One of the worst games they've played this year. And Vasi had an .882 save percentage, so he was not his normal self.
Yeah.
But then the next night, it's back-to-back, so who's in the net? Fucking Brian Elliott. Trying to give away some more wins, and then he does really well. So that was good.
Nice. Let's go, redemption.
Yep, against San Jose. And let me tell you, I don't know, Cooper must have yelled at him or something. They were
moving,
flying in the first period. They got 4 goals. They got a 4-goal first period.
Dang.
They just kept putting them in.
Yeah, after coming off of a 5-1 loss, 4-goal first period.
Yeah, which I'm glad. I'm glad they did that. So yeah, they beat the Sharks 7-1, and that was pretty much like a team effort. There was 7 goals, and only Ross Colton had multiple goals. So I think Stammer had one. Perry had one. Killorn. I forget, but yeah.
Corey Perry's just making sure we have to bring him up at least once
every episode. Once an episode, I got to bring him up. Yeah, that dude's fitting in real nicely, I must say.
I fucking bet he is. Honestly, I'm kind of glad he wasn't around.
For this, he would have. Yeah. That would have been sad.
Yeah,
he would have been leading the team.
Probably.
I think he's got 11 or 12 goals.
Oh, he's almost certainly got more points than almost the entire Habs roster, if I had to guess.
I'm sure. But yeah, not really much to say. I'm definitely glad they won the San Jose game because they've got weirdly like they don't play until Friday. I think is their next game. So from yesterday to Friday, so they've got nearly a week off. So that would have
They
sucked if they
originally
lost.
had a bunch of Canadian road trip games.
They
and
very well
that's-
may have. Yeah.
If I had to guess.
But next, they're at home versus the Devils, who just laid a big spanking on the Hurricanes.
The
I think.
Hurricanes, yeah. What
Like
was
7
that?
goals on them. So we'll have to wait and see how the Devils do in the land of the Lightning. But yeah, so that's all I really have to say. They're just doing what they do, you know.
Yeah. There you go.
Any questions?
So the
I have a
Lightning are still
question.
good, huh?
They're still good. Yep, still good.
Eric?
I have a question for you,
Yeah,
Mike,
yeah, yeah.
regarding Tampa Bay. Has your Stadium Series jersey coming yet?
No, and I want it to because I want
Have
to
you
know.
gotten any notification of like, hey, it's getting shipped or
No, and I don't like it.
Weird. That's weird.
Because what? Tell me. I really need. I'm gonna try and correspond with the site because it's the Tampa Bay sports site that I ordered it from because that was the place you had to pre-order it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and correspond with them and figure it out because I need to know when it's coming because I'm moving in a month. So
Oh,
I need to know
yeah.
'cause if it doesn't come in the next month, I need to tell them, hey,
Nah,
this is the new
so-
address.
When you do your set up your forwarding address, which I assume you would do.
The problem
that
there is if they
you ship
leave.
there.
Yes, but if they
Well, that's
leave,
for USPS. It depends on who it ships with.
that's also I think FedEx maybe I don't really know, but the problem
You could change that once you get FedEx tracking. Anyway,
okay,
like that's a conversation for a different time.
yeah, no, I've seen it. The problem with the forwarding address thing is I think you're supposed to give the mail to the office and then they forward it from there. Because I didn't do that for anything. I would get mail for old people that used to live there, and I would just check it out.
So the way I set it up when I moved, you do it through the post office. You go online and you say, I'm moving from this address to this address.
Okay,
So anything that goes to the post office will get tagged, and then we'll change your address, which Ben probably did when he switched his apartments too.
No, I haven't yet.
Let's go.
And he's been living there for it's over a year, right?
Year and a month or so, yeah.
Hope you didn't need anything important.
I mean, I guess 37 Clinton or 37 Clinton.
37.
No, 35 Clinton, apartment 17. Is that what it was? Wow, I'm really
I
just
don't remember.
doxing the hell out of us. I mean, I don't live there anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, come through. There might be shit on the fucking doorstep, though.
Don't come through. That building fucking sucks.
You guys know, you guys know we were just talking about the Devils?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just lost 3-2 to the Kings. Let's go.
Ooh,
Hey,
okay.
Good shit.
Oh, speaking of that, boys, we'll wrap this up because this game's coming down, and I wanna announce whoever wins.
Okay.
We got to plan out. Are we still thinking Islanders at Buffalo? In April?
Yeah.
Are we still
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah.
All right, we
What
should
day of the
we should
week is it
plan
on?
that soon. It's a Saturday afternoon.
I do not care how much the Islanders piss me off the rest of the season. I will give them my money to see them play.
Yeah, and
I'm
you
gonna
wear,
That's just
probably
how it is.
try and get that Friday off if I can. And
okay.
then
Well, it's
maybe just to make it easier around it.
well, that's the beauty of the afternoon game, is that if you do that, you come down, you stay. Obviously, you stay with us. All of you stay with us, or Nick, if you don't want to, you can come down the Saturday morning. But we leave in the morning. We get there, we
Go to
watch
the
the
game.
game. Then we can go to dinner if we want, or we can just head straight back, get dinner in Albany, and then we can just hang out and have some drinks.
Perfect.
Sounds like a fun time.
Don't spoil it, Mike. I'm behind you.
I'm just watching, man. I'm just watching, man.
What's your clock at, Nick?
17 seconds.
17 seconds. I did not realize just how slow 45 seconds can be in football.
Oh man, it's
until
insane, man.
Until I was fucking waiting on a goddamn whatever that national fucking college one was the other night. I had to get it in. I didn't even get the story into the paper because it was our deadline to get pages out to get them start printing is midnight, and it was like 11:50. And I was still waiting on the game to finish, so there was not going to be an Associated Press story in time.
No,
but I was like, all right, just there's 47 seconds left. I'll just wait this out and get the final fucking score on the page, at least with like I put like a big photo and like it was like the winning photo and like I put the final score in. But I'm like, it's 47 seconds. This couldn't possibly run me out of time. I'm fucking submitting the paper at like 11:58, like sweating blood. I'm like, goddamn.
Yep. So,
but what happened?
So to keep up, there's 13 seconds left.
So we got through 4 seconds in all of that. 13
seconds left, and the Chiefs scored another touchdown and got the point after, so they're now once again up by 3. This is
the Bills. The Bills.
Sorry, the Bills. Yep, sorry, I misspoke. Yeah, the Bills. Yep.
So
the Bills are now
within
up
the
by
last
3.
minute, there's been 2 touchdowns scored.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait, weren't they already?
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, this is
so the Chiefs-
this is
The
what
Chiefs
is
went up
defense.
With about 1 minute left, the Chiefs went up by 4 points, and the Bills got the ball back. And within the last 40 seconds, the Bills marched down the field and scored a touchdown.
Wild.
This is a what is defense game that's
Wow,
going on
this
right
is
now.
crazy.
The defense does not
Is
exist.
13 seconds enough time for the Chiefs to then get back down the field?
They have
You
a
never
play.
know.
They have time to have a play, so they're kicking off right now, and they're gonna. If he keeps it in play, that's the thing. It depends on how he kicks this. If he kicks the ball out of the end zone, they have 13 seconds. If he keeps the ball in play, which I think he will do, the clock will start ticking.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Well, we got it. Let's vamp a little bit, eh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Which he
So we
kicked
were
it out of the end
trying.
zone.
He did. We were trying to get a little pondy action going for February, as we all
Yeah.
know, but no one's weekend lines up. All the weekends don't line up for everybody,
Jolting, man. Don't like it.
which is unfortunate.
Friggin' pressed.
Jobs and shit. We can stay in touch. I might be able to line up getting a Saturday. I might be able to figure something out. So it might not be a complete loss, but
Well,
I'm gonna work on that this week.
well, we'll see. Maybe
How
we'll
much
get lucky.
notice does Eric need?
How much notice do you need, Eric?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
just let me know by like the first week of February, and I'll be fine.
I can do that.
Well, it sounds
Yeah.
like it's the 12th anyway.
Oh yeah, so
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like
Yeah.
that's if it sounds like it's the 12th, and hopefully Ben can get it off, and if you can't get it off, then it's not meant to be this year.
If you can let me know, Ben, if you can let me know like next Sunday or like a few days after that.
Oh, I'll definitely know by next pod episode.
Oh yeah, okay, then that's fine.
But
That's fine.
it's not really related, but sort of related. Wherever me and Danielle end up moving, we're probably gonna have a little housewarming get together at some point. So I'll let you guys know when that's gonna
Ooh.
happen.
Trixie Doodles.
Trixie Doodles.
Trixie.
Yeah. What?
Just
So
the
so
usual
one.
crew.
Here we go. So here's the thing to talk about. One thing we are gonna do once we're settled in, probably a couple weeks to a month after we're settled in, we're gonna get a puppy.
Oh boy.
What kind of puppy do
Oh.
you think we should go get?
I think you
I
should
know
go to whatever local kind of shelter deal you got going down there.
Yeah.
And you go and you just you like walk around all the different pups, and then whatever one
See.
like just you feel like feels right.
Yep.
And like you guys kind of come like whatever feels right in the moment, like whatever
Okay.
whatever one. Yeah, I think
That's-
that's
Please get a shelter pup.
We're gonna do either that, or we were gonna do the Pet Finder, because the Pet Finder website does like the same deal. It's got like shelter
Sure.
dogs or dogs being fostered.
sure.
So
Oh, cool.
I think I may try and get Danielle to go to a shelter to see, because I would prefer that, because I like to meet the dog before I like decide anything, obviously.
Mhm.
So I think that's what we're gonna aim for. But
Yeah, do that.
I want a
That's
Great
great.
Dane.
You want a
How's
big
that?
boy.
Yeah, no.
Does
we're
your
not getting
apartment
that.
to be have any size restrictions on dogs?
It does not.
Sometimes there's poundage
Wow.
restrictions.
There is, yeah, for a lot of them, but this one does not. So
specific.
could get a big boy.
A
So you're
big
gonna
boy.
get a Saint Bernard. No. Wait.
Ooh.
Those eyes. What's happening?
Nothing.
Nick, watch your phone.
Nothing's happening.
I'm
Something's
only looking at my phone.
Something happened.
Snap the ball. Uh-oh. Well, that's not what you want.
Did they, honest to God, do it again?
I believe
No, they're going to kick a field goal. And
there's
they're
about to be a tie game, so we are going to end that episode here. This rookie game, it's never going to end.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah, please, everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share the show with your sports loving friends and family. And if your family are your friends, share it with them too.
Yeah.
But
just share it in general.
just share it, yeah. Until next week, we will bid you adieu. Adieu.